But you cannot say these people are good role models for kids. They're just not. By the way, one of the problems I have with keeping up with the Kardashians is it's very hard to stay awake during any single episode because it is so crashingly boring.
Ooh.
But wait. So in terms of the actual role models, right? What is different about Kim Kardashian and her sisters are that no one has made them famous. They have made themselves famous. So they're not any.
No, the E Channel made them. The E Channel made them famous.
Well, yes, but they're very.
She got picked. She got picked because she was in a sex video. She was chosen because she was in a sex video.
Really?
Well, that was in part why she became famous. But
well, there you go. That's great, isn't it?
Channels have also made her famous.
But it came from the Osbournes, didn't it? Originally, the idea, and then it went. They were the first family to be have this sort of thing.
I don't see why you would look up to these people. You're right. They've taken an opportunity, a very lucky opportunity, that a TV channel pointed cameras at them. Yeah. They played up to it a bit and acted out their lives, played themselves. Very easy way to make money. And you're right. They have shrewdly developed that into a big business. But do not tell me these people are role models for kids to look up to. They are quite the reverse.
But you've been on Instagram, right?
Well, very.
He's never off it.
You've been on Instagram.
As little as possible.
Okay, well, if you look at Instagram, you'll see a whole new generation of people coming up who have a very different value system from other generations.
They do.
Yeah.
And
theirs is all wrong.
Snowflakes. Yeah.
Well, this is a whole thing.
Snowflakes.
What is right for somebody might not be right for somebody else. So I think if you speak to younger generations, they really look up to people like Chloe, Kim, and they don't want to be traditional
but that's
Hollywood
their
stars.
mistake. That's their mistake. Young people always admire people on television for no reason at all, except that they are on television. Yes. It is not a valid reason to look up to someone just because someone points cameras at them.
But pointing cameras, there's an underlying driver behind human behavior, right? We're seeing a lot of younger generations are looking towards fame and material possessions as a way of compensating for a lot of things that they haven't received.
But fame without any talent, people just want fame now.
Isn't that just sad and tragic?
That's okay, because modern fame has redefined talent.
Maybe you're right. Maybe
so that's okay too.
What you mean, redefine talent that you don't need to have any talent?
You don't need to have talent to be famous now. It's a different type.
The new talent is to be talentless.
Different type of talent. You
what
don't have
talent?
To go to
what
RADA.
Talent?
Taking a selfie is a talent.
Oh,
how do I take a great
come
selfie?
on.
Taking a selfie. Kevin, have you taken a good selfie ever?
What's a selfie?
Do you know what a selfie is?
Sounds rude. That sounds very rude.
No.
It's a selfie of your behind. You need a mirror and you need some great angles.
No, that's talent.
Oh, I've done that before for medical reasons.
You think that you honestly,
right, Kevin,
Jeetendr, you're an intelligent man.
Escalate.
Do you think pointing a camera at your Wait a second, Jeetendr. You're an intelligent man. You think pointing a camera at your backside and taking a picture of it is talent? That's a talent.
I do think.
Oh, come on, raise your game.
Form of talent. I think creating content is your own content is a form of talent.
This is just banal.
That is because this is the world of social media.
Social
media is about being the CEO of your own brand. It's about creating your own content. It's about starring in your own content.
Do you believe this
it's
stuff?
a different world.
Do you actually believe this?
But they do get an audience. It's the viewer's fault. It's not
you seem like a really, really nice guy. But you're talking utter garbage.
Wait, do we think that PewDiePie, who is a gamer, who films himself playing video games all day, do you think that's a form of talent?
No.
Well, there we have it, you see. That is a form of talent.
No, it's not.
These YouTubers, these Instagrammers are all very talented and they're being very successful
Some
as
of
a
them.
result
Most of them are disasters that never make a penny, and they become very depressed about it, and we hear lots of sad stories of tragically disillusioned kids who want to be Kim Kardashian but can't and never will be. This is not a good message to be sending to kids.
That's the same story in Hollywood. That's the same story with Hollywood who goes.
Yeah, so why are you saying it's so great?
Many of those, because there's a chance that somebody can make it, and it's a very inspirational message, and it's what people enjoy and want to do.
It's a dangerous message.
We have to allow people to live their lives on their own terms.
Oh, sure, I'm all for that, absolutely.
There's lots of room for difference. So I don't know whether you have any children, but if they want to be Instagrammers, if they want to be the next Kim Kardashian, you've got to support them. You've got to say, go for it, because they might show you a different way of living and end up becoming even happier than you are.
What if they don't? When have you got to tell them, oh, it's time to stop and get a job now?
Well, that's the balance, isn't it? And
actually, Jeetendr,
that is the balance.
Wanting kids to be happier than me, that's setting the bar pretty damn low. I've got to tell you that. But seriously, what's the future, though, for all of this? Because it seems to be getting more and more grotesque. The influencer world seems to be getting more and more sad and tragic. More and more kids think they're going to earn millions just by putting their pretty faces up.
There are a few, though, aren't there?
This is a message of guaranteed disillusion and failure.
Kevin, I'm going to have to answer this question and go, because I've got a BBC interview just coming up, which I promised them.
We're more
But the
important.
reality of the situation is that, no, not at all. I think we've just gone a bit over on this. The reality of the situation is that we are in a very disruptive state, right?
Yeah,
where we're going to keep evolving and we're going to keep seeing new things. So I think the best thing to do is just be open to what is going to come in the future and see how this younger generation is going to show us a different way of maneuvering and making their lives and making their worlds.
Anyway, just great talking to you. Just before you go, you're invited to my party. I'm going to throw a massive bash to celebrate the end of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Great talking to you, mate. Enjoy the BBC.
Only six people are coming.